Hi, and welcome to this quick introduction of Tennis Insight and the various parts of the website that are consistent across all the pages. Here we'll be using the home page as an example. So Tennis Insight is broken up into various panels, be it the left-hand panel, the header that goes across the top, the right-hand panel, and the middle panel here, which is the main content for that current page. On the left-hand panel, you find such things as the Insight time, which all indications of time on Tennis Insight are based on. We call it Insight time, but it's actually Greenwich Mean Time, which most users should be fairly familiar with. Also on this left-hand side are various quick links to the blog side of Tennis Insight, which is called Your Insight. Here you have such filters as the bets of the day, top insight, player and tournament diaries, and my favourites and most favoured. Tennis Insight is broken up into chunks of the year where each period would represent a particular part of the tour. Currently we're in the Asia and Euro swing, and a lot of the statistics on the site are divided up into those periods. Here you also find from time to time we run tipping competitions. You can see that we've just completed the US Open men's and women's tip comp and a summary of the results of those tip comps. Going further down, you can see that we have various leaderboards for the various categories that are used to benchmark the users on the site. One of the key benchmarks for users is the number of aces that user has received, which is a gift from other users. The more aces a user has, the more highly regarded they are on the site. There are other leaderboards for the best earners on the site based on the tips that they've made on matches, the best return on investment, and the best tip percentage for the current period. Going further down here, you can see that we've got a section for just entering in head-to-head to do a comparison between two players. You can have quick link into various players' profile pages for both the top 10 men and top 10 women for the current tours. You can also do a quick player search going straight to that players page. You can also do a user search going straight to a user. Then you've got the current active users on the site listed here with the ability to click straight into their profiles. And down the bottom here you can see the current number of what we call spectators, which are the not logged in users that are currently using the site. Okay, across the top we've got a couple of links to one going to the current site, so that it goes exactly where we are at the moment. The other one goes to our kind of sibling site that we call Sport Insight, that covers mainly team sports from Europe and Australia and the USA and all around the world. Then along here you've got a link to the current logged on user profile and the various statistics for the current period. You've also got links to the Tennis Insight Twitter page and the Tennis Insight Facebook page. Now under here is the kind of main menu for the site. Match previews, I guess the main focus of the site, where you want to go in and you want to see a preview for a particular match, and here on the main menu it breaks it up into either looking at all current match previews or going into each tournament individually. Your Insight is how you post or contribute to the site, synonymous to a blog facility, and here through the menu you can go into various filters of those posts, or you can go directly into the tournaments that you might want to look at. A key one here is perhaps the admin thread, where you can post directly to the administrators of the site if you have questions or concerns. Further on here we have a score sheet which is available to the administrators and moderators and what we call champions to be able to enter in the scores for each match, such that we have as quick a possible score for the match as possible. These scores are then cleaned up by our administrators usually on a daily basis. The leaderboards for various statistical categories are found here. So for each user, The same as the left-hand panel, leaderboards can be found here for the current period, but you can also see leaderboards for a rolling year and for all time, as well as the most favoured users on the site. Tournaments just basically link you directly to the various tournament pages. Match stats are a list of leaderboards that show you the various tennis categories, such as serve percentage and number of winners and win percentages and set percentages and game percentages and the like. So broken up into various categories by tournament, by ATP, by WTA and the like. It's actually quite a sophisticated part of our site, and we'll look into that in more detail on a later date. The results section just basically shows you the set score for each match within each tournament, and you can go specifically straight to all the tournaments there. Rankings shows you the player rankings for each category, such as the ATP rankings, the WTA rankings, as well as Tennis Insight model ratings that we use to predict the form of each particular player within the tours. Injuries, you go here to go into a list of current or past injuries for each player that you can use as a guide of how well the player is going in recent months, whether they're carrying any injuries. And guide is where you'd go to if you get lost or have any questions that you might go here as your first port of call. So in the middle here is where the main content of the site or each page is usually found. Here we list the current week's tournaments here on the home page. We have a featured upcoming match that is generated on each page load. We have the most recent 5 blogs, so here's an example of what your insight looks like, and each post on the site is put on straight to the homepage instantly, so every single user, no matter how big or small, goes straight to our homepage for everybody to see. Here you also have the latest results for each tournament and a list of the current tournaments that are in play. Then finally over here on the right hand side is our quick link facility going into each tournament. There's an accordion style interface where you can open up each tournament that you might want to focus on and link directly to either the profile for that tournament, the live scores for that tournament, the official website and each match preview, or when there's results in for the current round, they'll also be shown on this part of the page. So yeah, that's about all we have time for today. But I hope you enjoyed our brief introduction to Tennis Insight's main features. We'll be going more into some of those areas in upcoming weeks. So I hope to see you then. Bye bye.